Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear friends. My name is Alshaymaa Mohamed rshwan from SMA Pesanggaran, and today I'm proudly stand here as the opposition team, firmly rejecting this motion. This house will give social service and skill training for gambling offenders rather than imprisonment. Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin with a question. If someone repeatedly gambles, destroy his family finances, and influence others to join him, should we just tell him to clean the streets for a few days and then go free? Or we should tell him that the law is serious and protects society with prison? I believe the answer is clear. Before I move on, let us be clear about the definition. Gambling is not simply entertainment. It is a criminal act regulated in Indonesian law. The Indonesian Penal Code, Article 3.3, states that gambling is punishable by imprisonment in up to 10 years. So this debate is not just about morality, it is about law enforcement and social order. First, gambling is not about small issue, it is a national problem. According to the Ministry of Communication and Informatics, Kominfo 2024, more than 1.9 million online gambling sites have been blocked in Indonesia. This shows how massive the scale of gambling is. Second, gambling destroys the economy of families and communities. A research by the University of Indonesia 2023 showed that online gambling is directly linked to the rise of household debt and even domestic violence. Imagine a father who spent his salary on online getting inside of buying food for his children. Of his family suffers, his neighbor may be affected, and his debt grows. If such offenders are only asked to do social work for a short period, will it really stop them from gambling again? Of course not. Only imprisonment gives a strong deterrent effect. Third, we must respect our legal system. The penal code already provides clear statutes for gambling. If we suddenly replace prison with social service, it means we are ignoring our own law and undermining the authority of our justice system. Law is not just about punishing, it is about protecting society. If we weaken the punishment, we weaken the protection. A state without strong enforcement of law is a state without justice. And fourth, the government side may argue that social service and training will reform offenders. But ladies and gentlemen, that can already be done in prison. The Directorate General of Correction didn't pass under the Ministry of Law and Human Rights run rehabilitation programs in prison. For example, in Cimandang Penitentiary, Jakarta, inmates join skill training such as carpentry, agriculture, and handcrafts. This proves that prison does not only punish, it also educates and reforms. Though the proposition may say prison can only make people worse while training helps them, but the truth is, training outside prison is not guaranteed, not controlled, and not consistent. In prison, the system ensures both deterrence and education. Without prison, offenders can easily repeat their crimes. With prison, they are punished, they are monitored, and given a chance to learn. That is the balance we need. Ladies and gentlemen, skill training is important, but it should be happen inside prison, not as a replacement for it. Because without prison, there is no direct effect, no justice, and no safety for society. So let me end with this. Without prison, justice collapses. With prison, hope survives. That is I, the opposition, strongly reject these motives. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.